Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome back to A Woman's Journey to Happiness. Heal your body, free your mind, and supercharge your soul. Now, the intention behind this journey is to help bring you back to your true self, the self that's full of love, compassion, happiness, joy, good health, freedom, and that deep connection to your powerful soul. So let's make a deal. As always, I challenge you guys to commit to taking just one action after you watch this interview, because one small step can create massive change in your life. And I am living proof of that. I'm your host, Denice Buryn, holistic practitioner, energy healer, and spiritual life coach who's determined to spread love and hope all across the globe and galaxies. And joining us today, we have a really special guest, Cathy Nesbitt, and she's here to chat with us today on laughter as the best medicine. Now, Cathy is a health and wellness advocate dedicated to promoting joy and vitality through laughter and energy techniques. Cathy is a certified laughter yoga teacher. She was appointed the Laughter Ambassador in 2017 by Dr. Madan Kataria, the founder of Laughter Yoga. She incorporates tapping, brain gym, and other healing modalities to help individuals transition from stress to joy. So Cathy believes that when we feel good, we do good, and she inspires others to lead a more joyful and fulfilling life. She's also the founder of Cathy's Crawly Composters and Cathy's Sprouters. So welcome, Cathy. It's so good to have you here with us this morning, and I'm just so thankful that you were willing to share your journey, your teachings, a little bit of your special medicine with us. So before we dive into some questions, I'd love it if you could just share a little bit about your story with us.
Absolutely, yes. I'm located in Ontario, just north of Toronto, largest city in Canada, and in 2000, so it's the 23rd anniversary of my worm business, Cathy's Crawly Composters,
Nice.
selling worms by the pound for indoor composting. Not everyone wants worms in the house. I didn't know. I didn't know. I was like, oh, people need this because our landfill closed in 2002, and Canada's second largest country in the world. And we couldn't find a spot to site a new landfill, and we started to export our garbage to the US.
Wow.
Almost 1,000 trucks a week were making the trip from Toronto to Michigan. Can you imagine? And I had a solution, worms in the house. And I was like, everyone needs this. And then I realized people don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. And they might not have wanted what I was flogging. And I have a ton of energy. And when you're on purpose, when you're an entrepreneur and you've got an idea that a solution that will help a lot of people, you just go forth. You're like, everyone needs this, and you're so excited. That was me for 10 years. I'm still excited. I still have tons of energy. And I'd heard many, many times, ooh, worms in the house. And I wasn't paying attention. I was like, la, 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 no, 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 you need this. And 2012, one more person said, ooh, worms in the house. And that day, I heard it, I felt it, I questioned everything. And I was like, universe, what do you want from me? I don't know what you want. I've been at this for 10 years. I've been like telling everybody, shouting from the rooftops, you need worms. And still people are like, oh, ew, what? And the very next day I was introduced to laughter yoga.
Oh.
Laughter yoga is not doing yoga and laughing. It's laughing as a cardiovascular exercise. And I believe it was started in 1995 so that we could be ready for 2020.
Mm.
We have a global mental health tsunami, and laughter is the fastest happiness hack. When we're laughing, we're completely present. I know we'll get into more about the mechanics of it, but when we're laughing, we're not even thinking. We're just laughing. And when we're laughing full on, we can't even escape. So even if we were being chased by that saber-toothed tiger, we couldn't escape because our knees get weak when we're laughing full on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's kind of how I got into laughter, and I'm still in worms, but I'm really focused on laughter because the people are struggling so much.
Yes.
Since 2020, since before that, but it's just bigger now, more people struggling. And I want people to care about the planet, Denise, I really do. But when we're in a mental crisis, it's not possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in your opinion, then, how can laughter help bring about true happiness in someone's life?
Yes, it's mm, because it brings us to the present. Like there's so many things for our body, the benefits for our body are many. I think the main reason why this can help us be happier or more joy-filled, because our brain requires 25% more oxygen than the rest of our body as an operating principle. When we're stressed, blood lymph oxygen leaves our frontal lobe and goes into our body. So we can escape, or even if it's just escaping from our mind, we can't run away from that. I'm laughing because
Although
otherwise
some
I'm
people
crying.
try.
Right? We try to think our way out, and it's not possible. As you know, we need to feel it to heal it, and
Yeah.
then we can release it, all of those things, all those expressions that are the truth. So laughter helps us come up with better solution.
Ah,
Ever lost your keys, phone, glasses, and you're flapping around, you're like, I gotta go. Where are my keys? I gotta go. You're maybe yelling at people, just getting more stressed because you're not breathing.
yeah.
And your brain is literally being deprived of oxygen. It knows it has the answer, but it can't help you because it's deprived of oxygen. So when we're laughing, we're exhaling, ha 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 ha. We need to take a beautiful deep breath in so we can continue laughing. And that's what happens with laughter. When we're laughing, we're oxygenating our beautiful brain, all the love drugs secreting, so we feel better and our brain can come up with better solutions. Back to stress, right? There's little oxygen there, so our brain is just kind of functioning, but not fully functional.
Yeah.
And so that it helps us to come up with more solutions. When we're under stress, we're tight, we're not breathing properly, we're secreting cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine. And so laughter oxygenates our brain, oxygenates our muscles, and we're looking up. So we're like, ha 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 ha. Oh, and then we see things. Like I'm doing this because we see things, they might come in easier, and we can see things with our eyes better because we don't have that tunnel stress vision.
Right. That's awesome. So it truly, in your opinion, really is the best medicine for anything, really, because if you don't have oxygen in the body, every part of the body is suffering. And
Correct.
if you can't get out of stress, every part of your body is going to suffer, right? And
Correct.
stress is really one of, I would almost dare say, the worst um, problem, I think, worldwide is that we're all under so much stress. And all those hormones that you just spoke about pumping through the body, right? They do such damage inside not just the physical body, but the emotional body, the spiritual body, the mental body. So laughter truly could be the best medicine. Do you have any other comments to make about that?
I totally do. Thank you. I'm Chatty Cathy, so I always have comments. That's my parents' doing. And I take full advantage as a speaker now. I'm happy to be Chatty Cathy. Yeah, so we're living in this perpetual state of stress.
Mhm.
We're going around in this stress loop because we're watching the news, we're comparing ourselves on social media. We're just aware of so much today. And so when we're looking at all that negative stuff, it can't help but get into our DNA. It gets into our body. And we might dip into stress every now and then, like uh, when we go on holiday.
Mhm.
But it takes a couple of days before we can relax and, good,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
phew. Right? So we're on holiday, we're relaxed. Or maybe if you work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, on Saturday you might be like, okay. But then it's Sunday, crap, it's Sunday again. Tomorrow's Monday, right? So we're always like living in this state of stress and we go into joy. My goal is for people to live in joy and then dip into stress so we can go, oh, no, back to joy.
Yes.
Right? Like we really are. And when we're in simple terms, I'm not scientific at all, but I am a philomath, which means I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning what else can I do for me? How else can I take care of my beautiful body? And then I'm able to share that. I think really one of my gifts is taking these courses. I'm addicted to online summits and learning.
Yeah.
And I think my gift is that I'm able to digest the information and then present it in a way that is comprehensible to the layperson. So we have our nervous system, we have the parasympathetic and the sympathetic branch, stress and relaxed.
Mhm.
Stressed is sympathetic. Parasympathetic is when we're relaxed. When we're in stress mode, we're not in rest and digest. So although people do eat when they're stressed, it's not being digested properly because our body is in stress mode. Like, okay, we got to in fight, flight, or freeze. So we got to get away from the situation. We got to do something to get out of that stress. But we're eating anyway. Maybe, whatever it is, we're eating. And so it's going in, sure, it's coming out, but our body's not taking the nutrients that we need.
Yeah.
It's
Or
really essential. Like, sorry, it's really essential that if somebody's had a fight with somebody and they're arguing, rah, that you not go and eat then, not right away. Like, go outside, go for a walk around the block, go do some deep breaths, whatever it is that you need to do to decompress. And it's very important because yes, we can eat. Our body is this beautiful machine. Like it's a miracle.
Mhm.
Years and decades of abuse, eating junk food, maybe drinking, smoking, having the bad thoughts, all the things that we do, and yet we can get up every day and whoa, I'm still alive. Wow, amazing. Imagine if we took care of this vessel, how much more we could thrive and then do better for the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, one little comment I was going to make there is it's not just even so much about sometimes that we're eating in a stressful state, but we're eating in a rush,
Mm,
right? Eating on the go, multitasking. We're not taking the time to sit and actually allow the body to, chew slowly, absorb, or even be able to feel that indicator that says I'm full, right? We overeat because we're just shoveling it in so fast because, well, we got to get the kids over here, or I have a meeting over here, or, your to-do list is still, 20 items long and it's 6 o'clock at night and you're just in a rush, or we're eating, after dark when our body is wanting to move into that rest period, not just still fueling to keep it going for the next 12 hours or whatever. So, that combination of the stress and then also just how we're not so aware, or we're just not really aware of what our body really needs to be supportive. And so I love this idea of laughter, of oxygenating the body, but also bringing down that stress level,
mm.
right? Allowing the body to feel safe. Because when we're laughing, I don't think I've ever felt fear when I've been laughing, or I've never felt danger, and that signals to the body, signals that parasympathetic nervous system to, oh, I'm safe. I can relax now, right? I can calm. And I just don't think there's enough calm and relaxation in the regular person's day. So this is just such a fabulous idea to me.
It is, the expression laughter is the best medicine. I've been on over 400 podcasts around the world since 2020. And I ask everybody if they've heard the expression laughter is the best medicine. I haven't met one person who hasn't. And if that's true, and it is, why is it so challenging for us to achieve the laughter that we need every day?
Right.
It's a rhetorical question. I do have the answer.
Please share.
Because as adults, like we see children, they're laughing, although they are laughing less than they used to because it is a stress,
Mm,
they're born into this stressful world.
yeah.
And they're taught like your house is on fire, like the world is burning, and there's not enough jobs, you'll never afford a house, and all the things. So it's like, you come into this world like, holy crap. So
Take
even
me back.
children are laughing less, right? But as adults, what happens when we hear a joke? jokes are cultural, first of all, like two people going somewhere, not funny for those two people, probably. It's
Mm.
about them. When we hear something that is supposed to be funny, we're at a comedy club or somebody tells a joke, it goes through several filters. Like, is this funny? Have I heard it before? And this is all like very fast, like, grrr, it's fast. Oh, I heard that joke. Oh, it's not funny. That's not my humor. That's a dirty joke or whatever. So it goes through all these filters. And then when we finally decide, okay, it is funny and we laugh, it's a conditional, like it's laughter is conditional in that sense.
Mm.
Laughter yoga is laughing with intention. It's laughing and it's a cardiovascular workout. So we're not laughing, there's no jokes or comedy, and we're not against comedy. It's just that has to go through those filters.
Right.
Laughter yoga is little games to inspire the laughter. So there's clapping. When we're clapping palm to palm, and that activates meridians already. So the rhythm is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and the words are ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And when I first was introduced to laughter yoga, I was like, this is so, I don't need priming. I just laugh all the time. So I was like, oh, what is this? This is so I didn't understand this part, even though I have a psych degree. So I understand Pavlov's dog. Remember the
Mhm.
ringing of the
Yeah.
bell and the dog would salivate without the food. That's what this is. Not that we're dogs, but it primes our brain. So you come to a laughter club, especially in person, and you start ho, ho, ha, 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 and everyone's going ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. A couple of things. So that primes our brain. So then our brain's like, oh my gosh, it must be happy time. Pew, pew, pew. We start secreting the love drugs, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, the feel-good hormones, right? So we feel good right away. It oxygenates our beautiful brain and our beautiful body. And so we just get into it. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Plus, ho and ha move our diaphragm. Those two sounds are happy words, but they move our diaphragm. So when we're doing the ho ho ha ha ha, where our body's like, hey, and then we're all doing it as a group. So it's that collective where we're raising our vibration together, which adds to the global energy. So if we're sad and
I love
depressed, we're
that.
we're we're depleting the energy of the globe. When we're laughing, ha ha ha, we're adding to it.
Mhm.
And yeah, okay, so there we go. That's what I will say.
Awesome. So, one of the questions I wanted to ask you was, what does dose mean? DOSE.
Right, yes. So that's the love drug. So that's dopamine,
Okay.
oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And
Ah,
when we're laughing and when we're doing things, when we're with people, we're secreting that. When we're hugging, oxytocin, the dopamine is the rewards chemical. So people will often do drugs or drink or run in races, the runner's high, to get those hits. What if we can get them just from laughing? So there's work now with addicts, people like with alcoholics and drug addicts who are recovering. And so now they're getting them in laughter programs because you still get those hits. So you still get those feel good hormones without the side effects, without the crash.
what a great medicine.
Mm,
A
right?
natural, God-given ability to be able to just feed the body and support the body to make those chemicals that are going to help you feel better.
We're literally in
Okay.
charge of our own pharma.
Yeah.
We're secreting the stress chemicals, cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine, etc.,
Mhm.
or the love drugs, the happy hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, and more,
Right.
right? We're in charge and we need both. We need both systems, right? The parasympathetic gets us off our butt. We're living too much in that system. We need to go more into parasympathetic. And back to eating, people will go to the drive-through and, so they don't even get out of their car to get a couple of steps to go and get their food. They're at the window, get the food, and then they're driving to their next destination eating. Wouldn't it be wonderful? We do try to multitask and we know we do it. I mean, not that I don't ever do more than one thing at once, but we can only do one thing at once. We just think we can do all these things.
Mm.
It's just that we're doing them all individually, kind of in sections. And eating is really important that we take time and enjoy our food and do a little blessing, like thank you, food. You could put your hands over your food because our hands are really electromagnetic. And just, it doesn't, you don't have to believe in any religious entity, but just be like, thank you for this delicious food. Even if you're eating fast food or you're a dumpster diver or whatever, if you bless that food and say thank you for nourishing my beautiful body, and really believe and really feel that when you eat this food, it's going to nourish all your trillions of cells. That's what happens. Beliefs become thoughts and thoughts become things.
Mhm. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. One thing to piggyback on top of that is something that I believe it was my Reiki teacher taught me years and years and years ago was being mindful of the mindset that you're in and the energy that you're in, even when you're creating the food, when you're making it.
Mm.
Because if you've just had a big argument with somebody and you're charged with all these, possibly negative emotions, and then you're preparing food at the same time, maybe you're chopping really angry or, ripping lettuce with fervor, right? That energy goes into the food that you make. And then as you eat that food, you're reabsorbing all that negativity. So imagine what could happen if instead of when you're creating your food and you're preparing your meal for your family, you're laughing instead or you're spending time in communion, chatting with each other and
Mm.
raising that, deepening the connection, but also raising your vibration as you're preparing the food. And then you bless the food and then you eat it, and the body is just able to absorb all that delicious positivity, which, is also just another really great way that people could receive the benefits of laughter is laugh while you're making dinner.
Right, exactly. Or put on your favorite song and sing while you're
Yes.
stirring away. Imagine how delicious it's going to be and how everybody's going to enjoy it. And it matters. It really matters when we're doing things. If we do it with intention, it changes everything.
Yes. So you mentioned a little bit about some research that's being done. Can you share with us a little bit more about any research that's being done with laughter?
Yes, there's global. So laughter yoga was started in 95 by a medical doctor in India. His goal is world peace.
Hmm.
So there are clubs in over 120 countries and research in many, many countries. North America's a late adopter. I know yoga's here, but
Always
yoga's
are.
still kind of arriving. So laughter yoga is still in the ocean somewhere, which, maybe that's why you hadn't heard of it yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, there's so much research. Oh my gosh, like for people going through chemo treatments, laughing with their medical team and their family before they get their chemo treatments. The chemo is better absorbed into the body. There's less side effects. The medicine is more effective because laughter is a complementary medicine without side effects, except those pains in your belly and your cheeks from laughing too much. But those are, it's like a facial.
Good
It,
thing.
it does
Yeah.
help you get younger. Same with staying with the disease stream of research. They've done research with folks going through dialysis. And again, laughing, when people get dialysis, sometimes they're there for hours, a
Mhm.
couple times a week, sometimes, depending on the severity of their disease, kidney breakdown.
Mhm.
Um, so again, laughing with their dialysis team, and then again, the it's better absorbed into the body. Oh, there's really a ton of research, depending what people are looking for. Like for depression, again, I talked about with people with addictions.
Mhm.
There's research. I was at a global laughter summit in 2021. There was a young man, laughter professional from Mexico, talking about laughing with some of the young men in prison.
Ah.
18-year-olds, they made a mistake, they got caught, and now they're in prison. So they did a laughter, like a project where they took a picture of all these young men before and after. So before, and it was like maybe a 30-day trial. Every day they laughed for a certain amount of, there was a protocol. I don't know the exact details.
Mhm.
The picture before was like their mugshot. Like they looked like hardened criminals. Like nobody loved them. They were sad. They just looked like um, they looked like criminals,
Yeah.
if I could say that. After the 30 days, they took their photo again, and some of these young men, it was like somebody cared enough to take on this project. And what he said at the beginning was they were disbelieving at the beginning, like sitting like that, like arms crossed, disbelieving, skeptics. And
Yeah.
then by the end, they're connecting on a deeper level. They're they just feel like yeah, the photo changed. They just softened in their photo. It's such a beautiful gift. And it's within everybody, and anybody can learn to laugh for the health of it,
Love that.
even the skeptics. And I love the skeptics, by the way.
They're um, probably one of the most fun ways to see results, right? Like for
Yes.
someone who doesn't really truly believe in a therapy or, oh, this will never work for me, nothing has ever worked for me. Why would this work for me? Very skeptical that they could actually move into a state of healing or of release or, connection, whatever, is their skepticism is about. But this feels like something that anybody could do, no matter what walk of life that you're in, no matter what you're facing, because truly it's a technique designed to bring your stress level down and feed your body what it naturally needs to feel better.
Yes. Yeah, so at the beginning of a laughter club, if there's new people in the audience, the last laughter teacher will say, hopefully, allow yourself permission to play full on.
Yeah.
If you're in your head, if you're going, what? Oh my gosh, you want me to laugh for no reason? What? There's no jokes. What is happening? And oh, you're going to look ridiculous. What? That's our ego. And so when people are like, "Oh, you want me to laugh for nothing?" It's like, "No, not for nothing, for your health."
Yes.
Right at the we used to say, "Fake it until you make it."
Hmm.
Like, "Oh, if you don't feel like laughing, laugh anyway. If just fake it till you make it." And then at the end of the club, we might ask people, well, how did you feel? How did you like that? If we've put at the beginning, fake it till you make it, they might have taken that on. And then at the end, they say, well, it felt fake. So we don't say that anymore. I don't say that anymore. Some might. I don't say that because I don't want to say, I don't want them to think, oh, this is fake. Oh,
Yeah.
this is just fake. I want them to go. So now we say, the body doesn't know the difference between real and simulated laughter. Oh, the mind knows. Oh, yeah, your ego will tell you, stop it, you look ridiculous. Because the brain's role is to keep us safe and conserve energy, which is why during, a family function, you might be triggered by your spouse, by your sibling. They say that thing from childhood, and then you're back in it because you're like, oh yeah, I know what to do here, and your brain just, and so you start back into the same old fight.
Yeah.
We can bypass that once we become aware of it. We can bypass it and go, wait a minute, no, wait a minute, I'm not going to jump into that again. Let me do something different this time, and it changes the trajectory.
Love
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
powerful. Just
Mm,
that awareness of what am I thinking? What am I responding to? How am I reacting? And what can I do to change?
that's
Right?
it.
It really comes down to making that choice that I don't like this part of whether it's a response or reaction or whatever. I want to choose to do something different. And choosing to spend a little bit of time laughing every day seems like a really fabulous choice to be able to support really moving into a life that is feels more joyful, right? In my head, I have the picture of those, men in the prison, right? Coming in at the start of this program, no hope, feeling completely unloved, like you said, and then just by allowing themselves to choose to participate, they had great results in that life came back to them, right? Hope came back
Right.
to them, joy came back to them.
Mm,
Even if at the
right.
beginning it didn't seem like, well, what could this possibly do for me? How is this ever going to change my life? but
That's it. Yeah,
so
so
cool.
so for themselves, but also as a connector, right?
Yes.
So seeing them in the mess hall or out in the yard or whatever. I don't know what I've actually never been, so I don't know what it's actually like except from movies. But what passing each other in the hallway, if you've laughed together, there's something that a few mammals have, humans have them. It's called mirror neurons. Have you heard of
No, I
neurons?
haven't.
Mirror neurons discovered the same year as laughter yoga, 1995, which is kind of fun. Mirror neurons, have you ever smiled at someone or noticed when you smile at someone, they smile back?
Hmm.
Or you see someone crying, you might feel sad too. Mirror neurons. So that's just that kind
Okay.
of empathy, that connection with the other human. A few bird species have mirror neurons. A few apes have mirror neurons, and potentially other animals as well. It's something that really makes us human. So that when you asked about research. I've done a lot of work. My wheelhouse is seniors and special needs.
Mm,
And I've done a lot of work in long-term care. So when you come, they have various dementias, they can't remember stuff. It doesn't matter. It's not jokes or comedy. It's
that's
like
right.
when you play a piece of music from their era, even if they're nonverbal now, they may start singing. They may start singing those words from their era or dancing or doing the polka, whatever polka is that from their era? I don't know. So I've done work at long-term care you know, where you go in weekly and it is in the regular practice of it. Like it's not a one and done. It's once is entertainment. When you do it on a regular schedule, now it's a fitness healthcare routine. And the people will come in and what I've heard reported from the staff is that the ones that participate in the laughter club, they're more social,
Hmm.
they smile more, even not in club, just like walking down the hall. Now they might not have known the other residents and they might not know their name, but they remember that they laughed together. So then they smile when they see each other in the hall or in the cafeteria or the dining room.
Laughter is such an amazing energy. And so when you're sharing in beautiful things and beautiful energy with people, the soul recognizes, oh, yeah,
Mm.
you know, that person was a part of a beautiful thing inside of me. It felt good to share. So, like you said, even if you can't remember them or you don't know who they are, even, but your energy, your soul recognizes that they were a safe space because they participated in this beautiful action that raised the collective energy, really.
It
So,
is just energy. And I don't mean just, everything is energy. We know this. We know it. Not everyone's agreeing just yet, but it's true. If you're not sure, it's true. Uh, so if you're feeling tired, depressed, frustrated, angry, anxious, and on, those
overwhelmed.
thank you, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You're vibrating at a very low rate. You're vibrating very slow. And, when I say this to people about if you're feeling tired, go for a walk around the block, you'll get energized. It's like, oh, how can I do it? I'm so tired. But when you do it, you get the air on your face. And you look around, you see nature well, don't take your phone. I would say leave your phone at home because that's another thing is we're glued to our phones. So we are actually
Yeah.
talking about that. When we are actually with our phones, we have when we're on. I don't have a phone, but I can pretend like I do. When we are on our phones, we're looking down. We have the physiology of depression. So we have candy cane neck. We're looking down. We're small because we don't want to drop our phone, right? So we're holding on to it. We may be looking at something funny or a funny movie or something. So we're laughing, but we're also sending mixed messages to our brain like, oh, I have
Right.
physiology of
True.
depression. What? Oh, so we're secreting both at the same time.
Must be very confusing for our bodies.
I would think so. And all the time, right? We're now in um this habit of stress and habit
Yeah.
of secreting all those and the challenge, I think, Denise, one of the challenges is that we've accepted that this is how it is,
Mm.
that this is normal. And I'm here to say it is not normal.
Yeah.
We've accepted that it is, so it is, whatever we accept. is the truth. We can change that, and we can. So what I want to say to people that are always on their phone, look up, like do what you can to look up and
Shoulders back.
stretch back, do put your hands behind, clasp your hands behind your back and do that beautiful stretch, opening your heart,
Hmm.
because we do a lot of stuff forward. And I often think, because I don't have a cell phone, when I'm out walking, I'm looking around, my challenge is to make eye contact with somebody. That's what whenever I go out, I'm like, I just want to make eye contact with someone. It's really hard.
Harder
Because
and
even,
harder to do
right?
nowadays
Right?
because everybody's on their
Um,
phone.
Everyone's on their phone, and even like at a restaurant, two people, I know they're often both on their phone too, but even two people having a meal, and then one gets up to go to the washroom, the first thing the other person does is pull out their thing, like we're so uncomfortable just sitting, looking around like at the other diners, or just sitting in our
Just
thoughts,
being. Yes.
just being, just like you don't have to always be on your thing.
Yeah.
And no judgment, because I know if I had one, because they're designed to make us addicted, and they're very effective. We are.
Yeah, yeah. And such an energy drain, right? Like you
Mm,
talked about, like watching the news, how it really drains your energy, it brings your vibration down. It's very, very negative. You'll never hear, well, I mean, the odd time, I guess you might hear something slightly positive on the news, but for the most part, it's meant to incite fear. It's meant to incite negative energy and feelings. We won't get into that, but you know what I mean. And same thing with the phone, right? It really is an energy sucker. Whereas if you can put that away and maybe instead of, looking at the phone, maybe you do some breathing techniques. Or
mm,
maybe you just do a body check-in and check in with your energy, check in with your physical body. How am I doing today? Maybe you do a little bit of laughter yoga instead, right? Feed the body positivity and it will feel better for you. And it will help you move into a better state, a better mental state, emotional state, physical state, even, right? The body reflects how we feel on the inside. So for, all of our hunchers, right? This is how you feel on the inside if this is how your body is showing itself.
mm.
So like you said, if you can teach the body, I'm going to open up my heart, I'm going to open up the chest, I'm going to have proper posture, I'm going to stand as if I have a string pulling me nice and tall, right? And just allowing the body. I mean, it helps everything. It helps your guts, it helps all of your actual processes on the inside as well. So just I can really see how laughter would be a beautiful way to support moving into a much happier, healthier life.
Yeah, just kind of naturally, right?
Yeah.
Because we're
Yeah.
laughing, so we're oxygenating our beautiful body. And one little thing about the oxygen, one little thing, one big giant thing. Cancer cannot survive in an oxygen-rich body.
Mm.
Cancer cannot survive in an oxygen-rich body. And there was a doctor, and I don't want to say his name because I often say it wrong. He won the Nobel Peace Prize for his work on oxygen and cancer. And, that's something that people go, oh, so if I have cancer, that's that. No, no, you can start laughing, which adds the oxygen in there. And is it going to, like, can you laugh your cancer away? I'm not saying don't do your things. This is a complementary medicine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Don't stop taking your antidepressants. Although Denice, when I came to laughter yoga, I was shocked how many laughter professionals came to laughter yoga from depression.
Oh, wow.
And there's so many testaments how laughter helped them to doff their antidepressants, to change their life so that they can be more joy-filled.
Yeah.
Because when you're depressed, that's where you're living.
Yeah.
We can change our state. Every day is a new day. It's not just an expression. We can start anew. A lot of people, when their alarm goes off or when they wake up in the morning, before even getting out of bed, they start going through their to-do list. Like, oh, today's going to be a crap day because I got that meeting. Oh my gosh, my mother-in-law is coming or something. I love my mother-in-law, so that's not me. Or whatever, all these things. So they're like going through their list. So they drag their butt out of bed. They're all already depressed. They're already like, oh my gosh. So what I'm suggesting and what I do I wake up, one hand on heart, one hand on belly, three deep, beautiful breaths of gratitude. It doesn't take long, folks. Just in through your nose, beautiful, beautiful breath into your belly. Hold it for a moment, thinking, oh my gosh, what am I grateful for? I can't wait to see what the universe has for me today. How am I going to be wowed today? And then exhale, I do that 3 times. And I might ask myself, how can I serve even more today? How can I be a better person today than I was yesterday? Just like, how can I be better?
Yeah.
What more can I do? Because if you're feeling sad and depressed, don't be alone. Go and be with other people. Go and help somebody else that is more depressed than you. Because
Mhm.
when we're helping somebody else up, it helps us get up.
Yes.
They say if you need money, go give money to somebody who needs money more than you do. And it sounds like, oh, well, how do I give money
But
when
I
I
need
don't have
that.
it? Right? Like how do you do that? Well, everybody has something that they can give.
Yeah.
Like go serve at a food bank, go help make prepare a meal. Go, that everybody needs volunteers. So go and volunteer somewhere because how do you how do you torture people? Isolation. So
Mhm.
that's what 2020 did for us. 2020 to 2022 in Canada. It was 2 year. I can't believe it. 2 years we were locked in our homes. Like we did have a little out time. They let us out a couple of weekends. So when we're isolated, and some people really thrived, right? The introverts were like, "Oh my gosh, this is
It's the
oh,
best.
thank God nobody's chatting away in my ear all the time." Right? So for some people really thrived, and I feel like I'm an extrovert, so it was challenging. And I really thrived at the same time because that's when I started my laughter club. That's when
Mhm.
I really took a deep dive into the expression laughter is the best medicine. So I took the time to better myself. I was writing an article, I wrote articles, monthly articles for a magazine in South Africa, Diamond Moments. And I wrote an article about someday never comes, and it was about, have you ever said, if I had time, I would learn a language. If I had time, I'd learn how to whittle. If I had time, I would volunteer. If I had time, right? All these things, I would clean my house or whatever, all the things.
Yeah.
And so in that article I wrote, well, you had a couple of years. Did you learn a language? Did you learn to whittle? Did you clean your house? Did you learn to cook? Did you do those things or no? We were so stressed. We were like, the world's ending. What are we? And it was stressful indeed.
Yeah.
We have the techniques. The techniques are here. They're not taught in school. We have to go and find them, but the techniques are here. Tapping, emotional freedom technique,
Yeah.
Qigong, which is predates Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a form of Qigong. 5,000-year-old practice. Somebody knew something about moving energy so
Yeah.
we could feel better. Donna Eden has wonderful energy modalities. She cured herself of MS, severe allergies. Like, you know, these things are here. And laughter. These things are here to help deep breathing, all of these things. And I wanted to say, when I have just a basic Netflix account, I don't have the premium account. So I get a lot of commercials. That triggers me to press mute so I don't hear the commercial. I close my eyes and I breathe. If it's a 15-second commercial, I know I can do 2 breaths.
Mhm.
If it's 45 seconds, I know, oh, I've got a 5 breaths that I can do. I just close my eyes, deep breathing. So while I'm watching my Netflix show, I'm also doing my deep breathing and not getting subjected to the commercials.
That's a great suggestion and a great practice to do. My grandma used to always mute the commercials as well. I don't think she was doing deep breathing, but I can definitely see how if you train yourself to do something that's going to benefit you, you are going to see the results. You might not see it right away, but it will absolutely bring more happiness,
Mhm.
inevitably, because the body will feel more supported and it'll feel more like you care. that you're doing the things that are supporting its optimum health, which and as opposed to subjecting it to, maybe some things we've done in the past that have been really hard on the body.
Mm. Right? People will say to me, Kathy, how can I laugh? There's so many things going on in the world.
Yes,
And my response is, we must laugh because there's so many things going on in the world. We're not
absolutely.
laughing at war or famine or any of these things. We're laughing because of. And then we can come up with better solution. If we're
Yeah.
not laughing, we're crying in the corner, which means we're stressed, we're secreting all those stress hormones, and our bodies deplete of oxygen. It's really it's in us. It's in us. The giggle is waiting to burst out. So let the giggle out. It's waiting.
I love that. The giggle is waiting. Well, Kathy, it has been so great chatting with you, and thank you so much for sharing with us today. If there was, one single action that the listeners could take today, what would that be?
I would say I have my laughter cream here. So I have labeled my cream laughter cream. This is just body lotion. It comes in a pump. And it's one of the laughter exercises. I say, hey, folks, there's a new product on the market. It's called laughter cream. So I actually labeled my so when I'm so it's, I'm a human. I have experiences. Sometimes things I get news or things happen and I'm like, ah. So this reminds me. And so I would suggest to people just label your cream, your shampoo, maybe not your toothpaste because you don't want to be laughing while you're brushing your teeth. That would be maybe harmful. Laughter soap, laughter, perfume, whatever you've got. And when you're putting it on, you can laugh. And so you pump it out, you put it on, you're laughing. Um, so that's one suggestion. Another suggestion is ask for help. We rarely ask for help, and it's no for sure unless you ask. It's no for sure unless you ask. So you might still get a no, but unless you ask, you don't know. And people want to help you, but they don't know what to do. So if you say, "Hey, I'm really struggling. Could you come and help me clean my house?" People are like, when we clean together, it's a beautiful thing. And then you can go help them clean and then it's a collective and you're doing it fun. And that's another thing that you can add when you're doing these chores that say you don't like washing the windows. If you add laughter while you're washing the windows, oh my gosh, now it's a fun chore. Like, ha ha ha. Oh, I can't wait to clean the windows again. It just changes everything. It just really makes it enjoyable. And I really believe that joy is our birthright. We were put here for joy. Somehow ego got in the way, which was like, no, no, not too much joy, because then I can't be in control, right? The ego can't be in control when we're really loving life.
That's great advice. Thank you so much. Do you want to share a little bit about the free gift that you have for the listeners today?
Yes. Oh, thank you. I have a free online laughter club. It's on Zoom every Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. It's 30 minutes of super fun self-care. I incorporate tapping, brain gym, qigong, and other healing modalities just to help people get out of stress and into joy. Because when we feel good, we do good, and the world needs more do-gooders. We
That's
really do. And when we're doing good, we really feel good. So it's this loop of feel good stuff, and it's not just what do you say, Pollyanna stuff. It's not just like, oh, we're not doing the spiritual override, like, oh no, everything will be fine. It will be fine when we feel good and we're fortified. When we're laughing, it boosts our immunity, which we didn't talk about. It
right.
boosts, right? It boosts our immunity. I have rock hard abs because I laugh every day with intention. Right? All the things. It just helps everything. When we're in stress, we can't heal.
Yeah.
And when we're in joy, that's when we heal, we can do more, we can do better. We have more energy. Yeah, come to
Mhm.
my Tuesday club. We just celebrated 5 years in June. I started June of 2020. And I get people
Congratulations.
from around the world. up 20 or 30 Zoom squares every week. So people don't have to worry, oh, I'm going to stand out. We can't, you're this big. Nobody can really see you. I hope you have your camera on because we do like to see everyone. I don't record my sessions, so people are free to come and play and not worry that they're going to show up on social media somewhere.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much for giving that blessing of an offering and just
Mm,
for sharing so freely, right? Sharing out the gift that you have with others so that they can feel better too. That's just so great. Thank you so much, Cathy, for being with us.
thank you, Denise.
Um, So, listeners, I hope you enjoyed this chat with Cathy today and that you'll practice a little bit of laughing today throughout your day. And just stick around. I have a lot more experts and incredible stories to share with you guys along this divine journey. So just make sure that you stay tuned. Take the time, make the time to put yourself first, put your happiness first by listening to all of the interviews in this transformative series and also upgrading to the VIP All Access Pass so that you can keep all of these interviews even after the series is over. And remember that if others can do it, then so can you. Many blessings to you all, and we'll see you in the next interview.